Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Obviously, this is not how you guys are used to seeing me. You're not used to seeing me looking down or in this setting. This is a very different setting than what I'm normally in. I'm actually staying over at someone's house and watching their dogs while they are away. So this is the setup we're doing for right now. I'm using iMovie to film again. Just the circumstances are what they are. It's going to be this video and the next video that are going to be like this. Maybe I'll be able to figure out a really quick, better filming situation for the next one. But this video is definitely going to be more of like a chatty video, so I wasn't too worried about it. I'm not going to be doing any like makeup or anything. So I just wanted to sit down and chat and kind of go over just like a makeup end of the year summary. So I'm going to go over my project Pan that I started back in like April, kind of let you know how that went, is going, etc. And then talk about just like overall my makeup purchases for the year and how I thought also just the collections and stuff released throughout the year in general were they good, were they bad, like overall. So yeah, that is what we're gonna do. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Kelsey. I don't normally look down at a camera like this. Normally I'm in a different setup. But I talk about makeup, beauty, etc. all the time, and every once in a while we'll throw some college lifestyle in there. So if that's stuff that you're interested in, definitely subscribe to my channel, like this video, all that good stuff. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. So I have my little notes here. So this one is all about my project Pan. Now, if you haven't seen my project Pan, I will link it in the cards and also link it in the description below. But basically, a project Pan is you pick a certain amount of items to work on and continue using throughout the year and basically just try to finish them up. So it's especially good for things like eyeshadows, powders, etc. It really gets you to like use up the products instead of just using it for like a week and then moving on to other stuff. So it gives you kind of a goal to strive for, helps you be less wasteful when you're buying products and everything like that. So I actually started one back in April instead of doing one in January, and I have my little update sheet here. So I will, like I said, I will link it, but the first item that I project pan was the Covergirl Lash Blast Volumizing Mascara. I am so close to finishing that. It is what I've been using on my lower lash line, or lower lashes, I guess. And it is so close to empty. I'm barely getting product out of it. Arguably, it could be done by the end of the year, which is about a week away, a little less than. So I'm gonna arguably say that that one was a success because I have been using that just about every single day. And so it's not for lack of trying necessarily that it's not out yet. It's just the product it's so close. It is right at the end. Is what it is. And then I also had the Grande, I think it was like the Grande Lashes Mascara. I think it was a volumizing mascara. It was in like this gold tube. Obviously, I don't have some of these products with me, and because I'm in another location, I don't have my normal makeup stash with me either. But it was like Grande makeup. It was a mascara. It was in a gold tube. It had a very big fluffy brush. I actually did use that up. I used that up around the time that I think decluttered everything. So I went to I saw it the other day and I was like, oh, and I went to go use it and I was like, oh no, this is gone. This is trash. So I actually did use that up, which is very exciting. The mascara that I've been going back and forth between is the ColourPop mascara and the Pacifica mascara, which is like a lengthening and volumizing one. So that one was a success. Next, I had the Estate Baked Highlighter in Do Me. Baked products are extremely hard to use up. There's a lot of product on those containers and stuff like that. So that one I have been using a lot. I have come nowhere near to using it up, but I have been using that one a lot. It is in my everyday makeup bag, and if I don't pull out like a highlighter palette or anything like that, 9 times out of 10, that is the highlight that I'm going to use. It just works really well on my skin tone, and so again, it is not for lack of trying that I haven't used it up. It's just there is a lot of product on this. And then I had the Ciate London blush. I think the color was like dusk or something. That one I ended up putting away in my not everyday makeup because the more that I wore it, because I did, like, when I first made this project pan, I did wear that one a lot. I wore it almost all the time. And the more I wore it, the more that I realized it wasn't really a shade that worked overly well for me. So I put it away, and I can still use it sometimes, but it wasn't my favorite shade. So I've barely used that one in a while. So that one was a flop. That one's a fail in terms of Project Pan, not the product itself. Product itself is fine. But in terms of Project Pan, I let that one go. Next was the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. That one I've used a lot, but it definitely is not done yet. That is another one that has a really big pan size, and you can only use so much of it at a time. So again, in my everyday makeup drawer, I do not always wear bronzer. Bronzer is just not something that I wear all the time. I definitely wear it more often than I used to, but I don't wear it every day. But it is in my everyday makeup bag, and when I go for bronzer, that is typically what I'm going to go for. I really like the product. So, and there's definitely a substantial dent in it. I haven't hit pan, but all of like the texture, shape, and everything like that came with it, and was there like when I first got it, is almost flat, almost completely gone. So I've definitely used it a lot, but I have not hit pan or used it up or anything like that. Next was the Color Pop Lip Crayon, I believe in Give Me S'more. That one is almost gone. I have, again, in my everyday makeup bag. I have not used it every day. I actually did go a little while without using it, but it is getting close to the end. It's definitely more used up than when you guys last saw it, but not by a whole lot. But if I continue to use it every day, like if I were to get back on that now, I would say it would probably be done by the end of January, would be my guess. And then there was the Bite Beauty like pencil lipstick in Nanino. I have not used that a lot either, because it's not a shade that I overly wear right now. I've been really into, of course, with it being fall and winter, wearing darker shades, and that one is a little bit on the lighter pink side, just a little bit. So I'm not using that one a lot either, but again, if I were to use that shade every day, it would probably be done by the end of January. It is almost gone. The last two things that I mentioned before were two palettes. I had the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette, which I hit pan on all of the shades, but I ended up just decluttering it because it was very old and probably very expired. And I have so many neutral palettes now that I didn't need it. So I did end up just decluttering it. I did not officially finish the Project Pan, though I did hit pan on every single shade. So he is out of my collection. He's gone. And then the other one was the original Jaclyn Hill X Morphe palette. I was doing really well about using it like every day, incorporating it into a look with some other palette just about every day for the first month or two after announcing my Project Pan. And then after that, I kind of barely used it. So I'm going to keep working at it, but if I don't hit pan on more shades, I mean, even if I do hit pan on more shades, I'm probably, this upcoming year, 2021, is probably the last year it's going to be in my collection, because I did get that, not in the original launch, but the second launch that she had. So it's still in like the old packaging, and it's definitely coming up on the end of its time for sure. So I'm going to work on it for like one more year, see what I can use up, and then it's going to be decluttered at the end of 2021. So that is where I got to with all my Project Pan. For my first Project Pan, I guess I'm not completely mad at it, but I know I could have done better. I absolutely could have done better with this. But I purchased a lot this year. So now we're going to get into my makeup purchases. Yeah, I purchased a lot this year. And I got so caught up in the fact that like I could actually afford some things this year because of unemployment money and stuff like that. that I ended up buying too much stuff for myself. So my collection, especially eyeshadow collection, has definitely grown. I've kind of slowed down with my makeup purchasing definitely towards the end of the year, but for a while there I had like 3 and 4 boxes coming in for like a month, like every week. So I definitely purchased way too much makeup this year, and way too much eyeshadow. Even as much as I love eyeshadow, even I'm starting to get a little overwhelmed with my eyeshadow collection, because I'm like, I want to use up this because I haven't used this in a while, and like I'm trying to spread the wealth throughout my eyeshadow collection, and it's getting kind of difficult because I just have so much. One thing I will say that I'm really proud of is that I actually did try like some more makeup from some more indie brands this year, especially towards the end of the year. Normally I tend to stick very mainstream because I know for the most part that those brands are reliable in terms of formula, price, etc. But I did start growing in support for indie brands this year, so I tried products from J Sky Beauty, from Spellbound Beauty Co. There's another one. D-Star Lashes, like all of those. So I was excited that I was able to do that, and I'm hoping to be able to do that still moving forward. I'm gonna try and talk myself into more indie makeup. The thing about indie makeup is because they are smaller brands and it's not a corporation, the prices do tend to be a little higher. So it's a trade-off, but I'm pretty proud of that. And I was really happy with 95% of my purchases. I can't think of anything right now that I bought and I was like, I regret this. But I do need to focus in 2021 to use up my products more. So I think the next video or the video after it is going to be my 2021 product pan. And I'm really going to talk about like what my goals are in terms of my current makeup collection, and what I want to use up, like specific products, but also just in general, like how do I want to go about my makeup this year in terms of using versus purchasing and all that type of stuff. So I will be going over that, but I definitely just overall need to focus on using what I already have more, especially eyeshadow. I need to chill when it comes to eyeshadow, honestly. I need to use what I have. And last but not least, I wanted to talk about my makeup skills and how my makeup skills have grown. Not last but not least, almost there. My blending, I feel like my blending skills have improved a lot this year, which is really, really cool for me. I feel like a lot of my Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that is just filled with all these people with amazing blends and techniques and skills and stuff like that, and I'm like, I could never. But I did really take some time this year with COVID and being out of school and being out of work for a while, and I really took some time to improve my makeup skills, and one of the things that improved was blending. And then the other thing I kind of really focused on was like perfecting the basics. So I'm not one of those ones that would, I'm not into, I guess graphic eyeshadow would be the best way to put it. I really prefer basic wearable techniques and looks, just with a variety of different colors. So I really wanted to take the time to, sorry, I have to adjust here, to perfect like my cut creases and my deepened outer corners and halo eyes and like those type of techniques that you can do just about every day and make it look either really dramatic or really subtle, natural, everyday makeup. So I really took the time to do that. That also definitely means that I do the same few techniques all the time. I'm not super experimental with my makeup when it comes to technique. I'm more experimental when it comes to color and color combinations and that type of stuff. I have been trying more colors, both in like in terms of pastels and neons versus neutrals versus just rainbow colors versus the cool tones and warm tones. Like I've been trying just in general more colors because of course I've gotten more eyeshadow. So I've gotten to play around with things a little bit more, and again playing around with color combinations, doing like trying to combine warm and cool tones in a way that works and that type of thing. And definitely something that helped was purchasing some good brushes this year, between purchasing my blinked brushes and then my ColourPop brush rolls. Those have helped immensely. And also taking care of my brushes. I got a lot better this year about cleaning my brushes on a regular basis and really taking care of them and making them last and helping them stay soft and everything like that. Now, last but not least, I just wanted to quickly kind of go over my thoughts of overall how the makeup releases were this year. Now, of course, from about March to July-ish, a lot of companies stopped releasing makeup because of COVID. Their warehouses and factories and stuff were shut down, and everything was kind of put on hold, which personally I think ended up being kind of good, because that, and at least for me, I feel like it made me more excited about their collections and stuff when they were finally able to open back up and produce their products again. It made me more excited to buy their makeup, because I went so long without buying a lot of things in that few months because everything was shut down. No one was shipping anything out. So I think that ended up working out in companies' favor, at least for some companies. Like, I think that worked out pretty well for ColourPop. ColourPop gave us a break because their warehouses and stuff weren't open. The site was pretty much shut down. So I know it made me pretty excited to buy more of their collections. Now, the bad thing about that, and again, I'll use ColourPop as an example, that all of the collections that they were going to release during that time, I know some companies probably released multiple collections pretty close back to back, because they're trying to release all these products that they didn't get to release during this time, as well as release the ones they were going to release when they were going to release them. So like, here, let me release this one that was going to be released in March, and then 2 weeks later, this is the one that we originally had planned to release in August. And like, so the ColourPop is also known in general for releasing a lot of collections at a time, which is bad for my wallet. But yeah, so that was a pro and con type thing. Overall, I feel like not as many collections themselves got me excited this year, but I feel like more brands in general I was excited about this year. Again, I was really excited to try new brands and stuff, so it wasn't necessarily like, there actually weren't too many ColourPop collections I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to get this, but I feel like my mind was really open to more brands because more brands started coming out with stuff that I was interested in. Of course, we had the addition of Rare Beauty, and those products seemed really interesting. So it's not necessarily like the collection, but I'm interested like in this brand and this brand. So I'm very curious to see what 2021 brings in terms of collection releases and how quickly they come. I'm very interested to see like what the color trends are and everything like that, and of course how many more celebrity makeup brands are we gonna get. I think J.Lo has a skin care company coming out. Of course, Fenty released Fenty Skin. We had Rare Beauty come in. So there's a lot of celebrities releasing more makeup lines and skincare lines and stuff like that. So I'm very curious to see how many more of those we get. And yeah, I'm hoping to try out some new brands in the future, and hopefully some collections will be able to get me excited. So I really like Disney collaborations. I'm a huge Disney geek, Disney and Marvel. So any brand that comes out with like a Disney or a Marvel collection, I'm definitely going to be interested in. Probably going to purchase if I have the money. But also, again, trying to use up what I have. So I need to gonna have to talk myself off a ledge of getting this Marvel or this Disney stuff if those types of collections come out. So we'll see. So that is everything that I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Again, hopefully I'll try and figure out something a little bit better maybe for next video. And yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed. Let me know some of your thoughts, both about if you had a project pan, how it worked out for you, how you feel like you improved your makeup skills over the year, or what you thought of the makeup collections and releases and stuff like that for this year. Definitely let me know in the comments down below. All of my social medias are listed in the description, so if you aren't following me there, you absolutely should. And yeah, I think that's everything I want to talk about. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, everybody.